There's a moment many of us know too well, trying to twist open a jar, only to feel our hands give up before the lid does. It's not weakness of will, it's biology. After 60, our motor neurons, hormones, and tiny hand muscles start whispering for help. But new research shows even 5 quiet minutes a day can wake them back up. In this short routine, I'll show you how to help your hands remember their strength, gently, safely, and backed by science. For years, Eleanor thought her hands were simply getting old. Buttoning shirts took longer, writing felt clumsy. But what she learned surprised her. Hand weakness isn't inevitable, it's reversible. Studies from the Sport Journal and the Journal of Medical Research reveal that just minutes of specific movement can rebuild strength by 4 to 7% within 12 weeks. These exercises aren't about pushing harder. They're about reawakening the connections between your brain and your grip. Let's start with the first simple movement that begins the repair. 1. The hidden pathways behind weak hands, neural plus inflammation connection. Have you ever noticed your hands feeling slower, even when your heart and mind feel strong? It's not just about muscles, it begins in the brain. After 60, our larger motor neurons, the ones that tell our hand muscles how to grip and lift, begin to fade. Think of them as the strongest workers on a construction site slowly retiring. The smaller ones step in, but they simply can't carry the same load. Research from Clark et al., 2023, PMC, found that older adults show twice as much intracortical inhibition in the motor cortex as younger adults. In simple terms, your brain's go signal to the hand becomes tangled in extra red tape. Every squeeze, every button press takes more effort. And that effort often shows up as stiffness, fatigue, or shaking hands by evening. But that's only half the story. There's also inflammation quietly rusting the gears. As we age, levels of IL-6 and TNF-alpha rise, even without illness, creating a low-grade inflammaging that weakens muscle fibers. Imagine a fine layer of rust forming inside your body's machinery. The good news? Gentle movement is like oil. It breaks the rust, restores flow, and reminds the body how to move freely again. Studies have shown that seniors with higher IL-6 levels are nearly twice as likely to lose mobility. But consistent, light hand movement reduces these markers in as little as 8 weeks. You don't have to lift weights or push hard, just move with intention. So if your hands have been whispering that they're tired, listen closely. What they really need is rhythm, not force. And in a moment, I'll guide you through a 5-minute routine that does exactly that. Designed for safety, grounded in science, and powerful enough to bring strength back one gentle squeeze at a time. But what most people miss is how 5 quiet minutes can change everything, too. The 5-minute routine that reawakens strength. Before you begin, find a quiet moment. Maybe it's after your morning coffee or before dinner. Let your hands rest on your lap. Feel their weight, their warmth. They've served you faithfully for decades, opening doors, holding loved ones, cooking, building. Today, they get a little care in return. Research from Hua Rui et al., 2025, shows the best hand strength protocol for adults over 60 follows a simple rhythm. 3 sessions per week, light to moderate effort, and consistent daily practice. That's where this 5-minute gentle routine fits perfectly. Think of it as maintenance oil for the gears that keep your independence running smoothly. We start with warmth. Soak your hands in warm water or press them against a heating pad for a minute. This wakes up circulation and loosens stiff joints. Then, begin tendon glides. Curl your fingers from an open hand to a soft fist, like slowly folding a piece of paper. Do this 10 times. Next, move to isometric grips. Hold a soft ball or rolled towel, squeeze gently at about 6 out of 10 effort, and release after 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times. It's not about strength, it's about waking the nerves. Then, Open your hand wide, stretch your fingers apart, and gently circle your wrists. End with a soft shake, releasing any tension. If it feels good, apply a cool compress afterward to calm inflammation. Eleanor, one of my patients, began with this exact sequence. By week 3, she noticed she could twist the lid off her favorite jam again. "My hands finally listen," she said, smiling. "These minutes may feel small, but they speak powerfully to your body's memory. Because healing doesn't always roar. Sometimes it hums quietly through your fingertips. But here's what most people get wrong about hand exercise, and why gentle beats intense every time 3. Why gentle beats intense for aging hands. Most people think the harder they squeeze, the stronger they'll get. But for aging hands, that belief can backfire. Our muscles may still be willing, yet the nervous system that controls them has changed. The communication lines between brain and muscle are slower, more fragile. What your hands need isn't punishment, it's partnership. A 2025 study from the Sport Journal by Keller and colleagues showed that older adults who performed gentle, consistent hand grip exercises 3 times a week improved their dominant hand strength by 7% in 12 weeks. The key was moderate effort, around 6 out of 10, enough to wake up the nervous system without exhausting it. The same research found even small strength gains translated to easier daily tasks, like dressing, opening jars, and writing. So, why does gentle work better? It has to do with hormones and enzymes that shift after 60. The stress hormone cortisol lingers longer in older adults because the enzyme 11-beta-hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase type 1, what a mouthful, becomes more active in muscle tissue. When we push too hard, cortisol stays high and blocks recovery. Gentle exercise, on the other hand, lowers that stress load and allows the body's repair signals to flow. In Mohammed Ifard et al., 2016, Journal of Medical Research, seniors who trained lightly for 6 weeks not only improved grip, but also hand dexterity and independence in daily living. Gentle movement, it turns out, doesn't just strengthen the body, it teaches it to trust itself again. Have your hands been asking for rest or for rhythm? Try listening. Each soft squeeze and glide tells your brain, we're still connected. And that message, repeated daily, can do more for your strength than any heavy weight ever could. But the real magic happens higher up, in the brain itself, where memory and movement begin to dance again. 4. The mind-muscle conversation, neuroplastic relearning. Every movement you make begins with a thought. The brain sends a spark down your spinal cord, through a maze of nerves, until it reaches your hand. But with age, those neural pathways can grow quiet, like phone lines with too much static. The good news? Science shows we can turn the volume back up. Research in Frontiers in Endocrinology, 2023, and Clark et al., 2023, PMC, revealed that seniors have lower dopamine receptor activity in the brain's motor cortex, the very area that controls precise movements. This makes everyday actions like buttoning a shirt or holding a pen feel harder than they used to. But here's the hopeful part. Neuroplasticity doesn't disappear with age. Gentle, repetitive movement reawakens these circuits, teaching the brain to talk to the muscles again. When Eleanor began her 5-minute practice, she imagined every glide and squeeze as a small conversation between her brain and her hands. She didn't chase perfection, she practiced presence. Within 3 weeks, the tremor in her fingers softened. By 8 weeks, she could button her blouse again, something she hadn't done easily in years. Think of your hands as instruments. The more often you play, the clearer the music becomes. Each slow movement fine-tunes those signals, strengthening not just muscles, but confidence. So, tonight, as you finish this video, take a deep breath and look at your hands. They carry your history, your work, your touch. With just 5 quiet minutes a day, you're not just rebuilding grip, You're renewing connection between body and mind. Take a quiet moment right now. Look at your hands. The same hands that built, cared, cooked, wrote, and held the people you love. They've weathered time, work, and life seasons, and they're still here, asking only for a few minutes of your attention. You see, hand weakness isn't just about muscles. It's about connection between body and brain, between effort and hope. Every small movement, every gentle squeeze reminds your nervous system that you're still capable, still strong, still you. In my years of clinical practice, I've seen how 5 mindful minutes can transform not just mobility, but confidence. When Eleanor buttoned her blouse again after weeks of practice, tears filled her eyes. Not from pride alone, but from relief, the quiet joy of feeling capable again. That's the kind of strength that restores dignity, independence, and peace. So, maybe tomorrow, before breakfast, place your hands together. Feel the warmth between them. Move slowly through the routine. Glide, squeeze, stretch, circle. Listen to the rhythm your body remembers. You're not forcing recovery. You're inviting it. And remember, always speak with your healthcare provider if you have arthritis, nerve issues, or new symptoms. This is about partnership, not perfection. If this video brought you comfort or motivation, share it with someone whose hands have grown tired. Because healing doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in community. And if you'd like to keep growing with us, subscribe to Healthy Aging Hub. We'll keep walking together, one gentle step and one steady hand at a time. Your hands still remember. Sometimes all they need is 5 quiet minutes to prove it.